Day 93 under the dome. With necessities growing dangerously low, who knows what spark will set off this powder keg?
I can't take another minute in the stone! First of its kind, the first dome.
Whoa!
Anywhere.
He's back.
Spooky noises, right?
Spooky.
If you're listening to this on Halloween, then it is Halloween, folks, and it is the spookiest day of the year. That's right. David is wearing his cat ears. Our special guest this week is our roommate, Richard. You know, he's visiting for the weekend, so we just decided to lock him in. And
the boys.
Oh shit!
Back.
Thanks for that reminder. And this is Dome. The Dome is also in town, and we're here to stay, folks. We missed last week because we got too drunk, and let's just say Dave and I got in a pretty heated argument.
Yeah, it was pretty intense.
We weren't friends for a week. We have recently made up.
Yeah.
I'm still a little wary. My guards are up.
Yeah, fight or flight.
So just at the drop of a pin, we might turn on each other. Just so be ready for that.
To keep it under.
Yeah, we have Richard on
as a mediator
to moderate and mediate, which is great. Moderate and mediate; those are both kind of the same. No, mediate means you're actually doing something. Moderate, you're just kind of watching, right?
What about meteor?
I think that is a giant space rock. Man, we learn something new every day. I don't know. Dave took a pretty big L without getting too deep into it about the emotional impact it had on you. Why don't you describe what happened this weekend or this week?
It happened yesterday. It wasn't like at the end everything worked out, but somebody punctured my girlfriend's gas tank, and the neighbor said that these people were trying to steal gas with like a McDonald's cup.
So now I gotta wonder, what do you need a McDonald's cup full of gas for that desperately?
Moped.
Could be a moped.
Okay.
And they got to ride the moped to go get the next hit.
All right.
They just keep going down the street. They're going to find a vehicle.
Okay, well, it's so much easier, in my opinion, to funnel the gas, but maybe they don't have the funnel and tube at the time.
You need more tools at that point. And also, I feel like
I don't know.
You could bag your way into $6. Like, they didn't steal that much gas. Like, a gallon doesn't fit. Yo, you didn't get that much gas. Yo, and your theft was not gas. Yeah, it was actually ass. You weren't successful. Your life's regretful.
You should regret the decisions that have led up to this. I can't believe you're over here stealing my car's piss. That's just what it is, you know. Gas, it makes my car go vroom and it exists.
One day I'm with my friends speaking, my phone start ringing. My girl's like, yo, my car's leaking and it's pissing. And yeah, I'm fucking missing a couple inches.
Yo, the car is pissing and now it's firing off all the pistons wrong. And I don't know why. I think I gotta call my mom, ask her how to get this shit on.
Firing at all pistons. I'm in my car to Detroit going to see the Pistons play, and they're not great. They used to lose a lot back in the day.
Is it it's still a bit basketball going on, right?
Yeah, actually kind of just started.
I forgot I had Richard on
Spooky.
just in case he wanted to do some ad libs, but he never took advantage of that.
I wish you would have, Rich.
Yeah, come
I gotta
on.
get in there.
You're gonna hit the thing behind you. I mean, I guess there's nothing you can do about
let me
it.
scoot up.
Well, no, just turn right. He's got his fucking shit on full tilt. Just lock it in so you're not tilting back so far.
I don't think you know.
This chair doesn't lock.
No, it
does
locks.
lock, bro.
Yo,
Go upright and then shift the thing on the bottom. It's not gonna lock while you're sitting like that. No, you don't pull it. You push it in. Richard has never used an office chair before.
Is there one on the other end?
No, it's on that side.
oh, okay, I get it.
I think you get it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I got it.
Bro.
Struggles are real, yo.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Sitting up straight, boys. Oh, my fucking sister took off the pillow from my
No,
She a snake, yo.
So you're gonna have to go and get a pillow. Yeah, David's sister has has replaced him as my roommate.
Better looking, at
low
least.
hanging fruit of me wanting to bang his sister aside. We're not gonna make any of those jokes because it would be too easy. It'd be too cheap and easy, and attractive and young and supple. You know
Honestly,
what I mean?
David, it
would-
sounds like he's belittling your sister because she wouldn't give him any of it.
No,
Well,
yeah,
what do you
get,
think?
Get it, bro. Yeah.
So you think that I'm being disrespectful by not going for the low hanging fruit?
No, I think you're being disrespectful by calling it easy.
No, I mean the joke about fucking someone's sister is that's the low hanging fruit. It'd be too easy to make.
Yeah,
that joke.
that's what he means. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I felt like that was obvious.
Clarify, yo.
The only thing that I can do in these situations is be like, "Yeah, bro, get it," and then that's weird.
No, he's never said that. First
Well-
of all, I do not have David's blessing.
It's weird.
It is weird because he
it makes me feel
sounds
weird.
like he's asking for it right now.
No,
No,
I'm
that's why I
not
brought it up.
asking for your sweet, young, hot blessing. I'm not asking for that. That would be low hanging fruit. It would be disrespectful.
Yeah, totally disrespectful.
So I'm not gonna do that to you. You understand?
I get the
Although,
I get the bit.
if it did happen,
Yep.
I would say you have you have the right to have sex with my sister.
Gotcha.
You could do that.
I don't want to have
whenever
sex
you
with this. I want to have sex with your nephews.
All right. Well, I'm gonna put the kibosh on that. They're not old enough to consent yet, Dave.
All right.
Maybe wait a few years. And that this is,
Well,
this is
question.
rough. Anyone got any topics?
Well, here's a topic. Where the fuck did low hanging fruit come from? It sounds kind of racist.
Probably
first of all.
trees. Well, because of the word hanging, Richard. I think that's a little racist.
You ain't black.
Chill out.
Oh, yeesh.
I think it,
Oh man!
No,
Speaking
it's
of
just-
which, and this is a weird connection to make, I saw a trailer today for a new mini series on TV about Emmett Till, and I'm like, "Yo, who wants to watch that depressing shit?"
I don't know what Emmett Till is.
Man, you lost it.
Yo, rough to rap about Emmett. Yo, let's just say I'm about to kill it. Way back in the day, this white lady, she accused this black guy of being a little aggressive against her, but really, he wasn't even near her. He missed her. And let's just say there was a mob, and it did not end well for that dude. Oh my God.
Yo, sucks to be Emmett. I bet he wished that he lived out in Hemet. That's a suburb outside of LA. Yo, I bet that he would have had a better day.
Yeah, LA, so progressive back in the day. Yeah, there's no such thing as the LA payday. Yo, why can't we all just get along? I'm singing my song all night.
Yo,
long.
I'm singing non-stop, and yeah, I wish I had a thought. A genuine, original thought that was not related to.
I really thought that we could go our entire careers never having to rap about Emmett Till, but what do you know? We got there. So there's a new mini-series about it coming out, and it's like one of the saddest, most depressing true stories ever.
He was 14.
Yes, it's fucking monstrous, and they're just going to rehash it for a fun little mini-series. I mean, I'm sure it's not going to be fun, but like I'm at a point where I don't understand why people would willingly watch something dark and depressing. I could understand dark, but a true story about like that dude never got justice.
Yeah.
Like it exists as a cautionary tale and it's just sad. So it's just weird to me. Like I don't know who would willingly put themselves through that, like trying to rehash that experience. Like you guys like ever intentionally watch something that you knew was just gonna fucking bum you out?
I've done that before. Like when I was younger, I'd be like, let's watch this super sad movie.
Oh, dude! When I was a Christian, I would do that with Passion of the Christ.
So you're saying this movie? What is it?
It's not a movie. It's this kid that was killed.
Well, there's a mini series coming
Okay,
out.
so
That's a live action interpretation of it. And what is your question?
It reminds me of like these big old businesses taking tax pay cuts. That's what it reminds me of. They're doing something that's gonna consume their money, but it's gonna make them feel good.
I don't think anyone's gonna feel good from this.
Why would they be making it if it's not making them feel good?
It might make no one's. I don't. You just said that. I asked that question. Why are they making this? It's not gonna make people feel good.
But there's a scenario where they're like, okay, we're opening up people's eyes to this. We're making it
It's more educational.
I guess technically David didn't know who that dude was until I brought it up. So maybe a
Me
show
neither,
like
yeah.
that would be good for him. I kind of assumed that Emmett Till was in the lexicon of everyone's brains because it's like one of the worst racial injustices of all time on paper, at least.
You know what? Because of my foreign upbringing, a lot of civil rights education fell through the cracks.
You know what? That makes a lot of sense, Dave. You're gonna get a pass this time.
Cool. Hell yeah.
Why don't you? How about this? Give us a civil rights fact about where you're from.
The Muslims, the Arabs.
Let's get some names involved.
I don't know the names.
Damn, dude. So you don't know any?
El Cid.
You can't name any like. There's no like Rosa Parks character in your civil rights upbringing.
No, dude, because they're all white. Like they were all just. There was Arabs in the 1400s that got kicked out in 1492, which is when Columbus sailed the ocean blue, and then when you
Just made a banger in like 2 seconds.
when you move forward into the 1800s, the Spanish were fascist and they didn't get involved in the war, and everybody's white and chilling, dude. They were all having a good time.
That's crazy, dude.
There's no black people there. There's some now,
you're
but like
saying it's the black people's fault.
for not being there.
Okay, it was the lack thereof. God damn.
No, the only black people in Spain are Africans, and they're super African. Like
They've got powers.
yeah. It's like that Wakanda Forever movie.
Oh my god, we just watched that trailer. It looks like they're doing something like ancient African culture versus ancient Mayan culture is like which I don't see that ending well for anyone in the grand scheme of things. Like the social commentary surrounding that movie might not be that good.
You know what's funny? I saw the billboard for Wakanda Forever somewhere in Inglewood, and that day I went back to work and I set up an account for the League of Women Voters of Los Angeles.
Wait, what?
There's this organization called the League of Women Voters of Los Angeles.
Suffrage?
And they came into the store and I opened an account for them, and one of them was like this woke ass white girl with a piercing.
Oh, I thought you were joining the group or something. When you say I opened up an account, like David works at Verizon, folks. He regularly opens up phone line accounts for people, and this is what's going on. Yeah. The context is not that he's about to go and work for the opposite sex and support women's suffrage.
I have a day job because I'm a slob and I can't fucking sit for too long or make a song and do it over and over. I fucking wish my life was over.
I thought you were logging on to their website and opening an account so that you could be a member.
No.
So that you could incite some remembrance of the women that came before us.
I did say I went back to work while I was telling the sentence, you jerk. So I did set up the context, but your brain kind of leans left.
Sometimes my brain, it leans left, it leans right. It's because I drink lean every single night.
I wish.
I'm off the activists, and I'm activated, off the tris.
Sly of you.
The point of the story, regardless of my employment, is the fact that...
Well, I didn't mean to make some... I thought that maybe the audience would be confused. I wasn't trying to...
No, you're good.
Say anything about you being employed.
touchy waters.
This is it. You
touchy
folks,
waters.
it's gonna happen again. We're gonna blow up.
I just think it's not. It destroys the illusion to be like, oh yeah. Most of the time, this dude works at a retail store, and that's not as funny as this.
Oh well, I was confused, so therefore I had assumed that the audience was confused. So I was trying to like give them some context. I wasn't trying to ruin the illusion that you're a podcaster superstar.
Was it like a group of them? Did they come in, or is it just one single person?
It was a group of women.
No, and they
I mean, it was two of them, so that's a group.
And they were wearing dresses down to their ankles.
Yeah,
and can't show them ankles.
They had hijabs on.
Oh damn, dude! So this is also Muslim.
No, it was a black lady and a white lady, and they were like woke LA women, and they were both wearing masks to acknowledge that they still care about coronavirus. But they still shook my hand. But the one kept on just like saying woke shit, being like she used the term patriarchy at one point.
Whoa! At the Verizon store?
Yeah, she brought up Wakanda Forever.
At the what?
She told me to go vegan, and we talked about Leonardo DiCaprio being vegan, and I was like, I was vegan once, and then she was like, come back, and I was like, Nah.
Man, that is wild. That like, it's almost like you know this person personally. The stuff that she was telling you.
Well, you know what? Usually in the retail context, you don't get into like deep conversations like this. But when you're opening one of these accounts and you have to run their credit, it takes forever. So you inevitably get into it. And this chick just kept on bringing up stuff, and I kept on like riffing. And
what's the organization called again?
The League of Women Voters of Los Angeles.
I wonder why they need a league.
I asked them about funding. I was like, "How do you get your funding?"
Wait, well, what do they do? Do they just encourage women to vote?
They're like a unbiased voting agency, I think. Like people hire them to run like local elections and shit.
Oh, so they might set up a booth somewhere so you could pull up and I
vote.
could see that. Interesting.
They'll be more comfortable voting there.
The point is, she was like, "Oh, I'm excited to see that new Wakanda Forever movie," and I was like, "No, you're not." I mean, I was like, "Oh yeah, cool. When does it come out?" Okay. She's lying. She's the white lady, and the black lady is sitting with her, so she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm excited to see this Wakanda Forever movie." Am I right, sister?
Am I right?
Yeah. And I was just like, "No, you're not, dude. Stop lying."
The thing is, though, if she likes superhero movies, she could be genuinely excited.
No, I just feel like the people who like superhero movies, there's a big asterisk next to the Black Panther movie.
Yeah, you think that a lot of them don't like that one alongside the other ones?
That one just doesn't have like the same aspect of the action that the other ones do. I guess it does, but
I think part of it is that because the main actor was also dying while it was being filmed, he's not necessarily as involved with the Avengers as he should have been. Like if he had been a bigger role in the maybe he was. I haven't actually seen them. Was the Black Panther like in all the Avengers movies?
He was in a good amount. I think 2 or 3.
Really?
Yeah.
But was it just like a quick cameo, or did he really do some work?
The Avengers, I guess it doesn't encompass the Black Panther itself, but
No, he's
the
a
Black
part of the
Black Panther movie was created to shed light on his play in the Avengers. You know what I mean?
I see.
Give it more backstory.
So he's not technically an Avenger. He's just
No, he is. He was.
What?
What are you talking about? Of
I've
course he was
seen the Avengers. He's not in it.
Were you talking about the first Avengers?
I feel like I've seen 2 or 3 of them until Iron Man dies.
Spoiler alert, folks.
Everybody knows that.
Damn. I don't know what Avengers I was seeing, but I swear he was in there.
There's an old Sean Connery movie with Uma Thurman and Ralph Fiennes called The Avengers. And yeah, it is not the one with Thor. It doesn't have the Black Panther. It does not have the Black Widow. It does not have that Iron Hoe. Don't you know?
I'm such a whore for Thor. Yeah, he came knocking at my door, but it's not the Black Panther. Yeah, that dude, he had cancer.
Dude had cancer, now he gone. R.I.P. that man.
R.I.P.
I don't understand how they made a second one, but they doing it. Wakanda forever. Yeah, that is the shit. Yeah, shout out my brother.
I'm out in Wakanda with my friend Rwanda. Yeah, and yeah, you know, yeah, we eating pasta, and it feels really good. Yeah, I'm in Inglewood. I mean, Wakanda wood. Ooh.
Wakanda wood is this? I don't know. Is it balsa or oak or
Piss
wood?
Yeah, get
Nice.
another beer.
So
Could you snag me one as well, sir? Please. Donka Shane.
Yo, I'll bring up a topic to Alex.
Okay.
So have you ever? What was the closest you've experienced, in your opinion? What was the closest you've gotten to a true Halloween experience?
I don't know. I guess trick-or-treating with my friends.
Trick-or-treating with your friends. How old were you?
I was probably in like ninth grade, honestly. Too old to be trick-or-treating. I wasn't allowed to trick-or-treat as a child, so I pretty much was trick-or-treating with like high school friends.
Damn, in high school, yo.
What was ninth grade? I
Are
think that
people
was the last-
trick-or-treating in the hood?
I'm sure that's a thing.
Yeah?
Well, yeah, of
Not
course.
in my hood, not where I grew up. But then again, it was not much as a hood as an ice house.
I think that what the requirement is that you need some kind of suburban thing. There can't be too much distance between houses, which was the main issue with like Richard and I's geography growing up. Like there
too much danger on those
and like
streets.
long driveways too. Like Richard
Yeah.
has a long ass driveway, and so do I.
A lot of them have dogs that will fucking.
Yeah, so the return on investment isn't good.
No, there are neighborhoods in Hawaii where you can trick or treat, and it's usually the richer neighborhoods, and those are the ones that are more suburban.
Yeah.
It's the sprawl.
Yeah, my sisters they have kids, but they're looking forward to trying to find little suburbs. You have to like go out and travel to go trick or treat in Hawaii.
I had to.
You can't
go,
just like go from your house.
There's no trick or treating in Puna really. You got to go down to Hilo.
Bro, that would be exciting. You would catch all sorts of characters, man. Some just pass out some crystal
I swear to
meth.
God, I did go trick or treating in Puna once, and I don't know how to provide context for what Puna is like for the listeners, but I mean it's
like Boondocks without water, which is kind of weird.
I don't know how that description tracks
because you get all sorts of like hicks.
It's definitely it's the more wily area of Hawaii.
Yeah, it's dirt roads,
there's more
like
hippies,
off-roading, like holes and shit. It rains a lot, but there's no like lakes or swamps or anything, so it's kind of like dry.
I remember I went to a self-made this dude made his own haunted house for Halloween that like he would have people come and tour, and it was just his own house.
It was a homemade haunted house.
He was that dedicated to the Halloween in Hawaii that he was like,
dude,
I'm gonna set up my home, and it's gonna like you're gonna go through every room of my home, and there's gonna be haunted shit. And I guarantee, probably the only room he didn't fuck up in his house was his own bedroom. Or something.
I might have known. Okay, was this guy he was about 6'2", white guy, long hair?
I would not be able to describe him. It was it was something I was invited to. I think it was a white it was a white family.
Sounds like
I think it was a woman. Though. I'm pretty sure it was a white lady.
The house that we were renting out before I left Hawaii in HPP, our neighbor, he would do that. He would his whole yard and house was a haunted house, and we went over there for an adult it was an adult gathering.
A
So
swingers party?
No. The youngest person there was probably like
the key at the door.
There was some college students, but most of the people were older than that. But he had kids. He had about 3 or 4 kids. But he invited his friends to bring over their kids and stuff. But like we walked it. It was
you can bring your kids.
yeah, it was a pretty fucking scary. Like it was kind of surreal because like in the lots there, he has like an acre lot, so it went back really far and shit, and through like guava trees.
So this dude used his yard as well as
he used his yard.
So it was almost
and
like the
his
haunted
house.
maze. Like
he's giving the kids full guavas.
It was
when
pretty
they're trick-or-treating.
exceptional for like.
I would accept a full guava.
Yeah, but I've only been to that and one other haunted house in Hawaii. Oh, 2.
In Hawaii, I've only been to the one, and it was some guy's homemade haunted house, which I respect honestly. That you love Halloween that much,
that takes a lot of time and effort. That's crazy.
Right.
Dude, just be retired.
What about you, Dave? Any haunted houses experience or any mazes?
No, I mean I went to the shit that we went to in Michigan.
Yeah,
when we were in college.
you went to the cornfield maze in Michigan.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. Dude's coming out with the chainsaw. Oh my god. Oh my god. Now I'm scared. Yeah, I just pooped in my pants. Now I'm about to do the poop in my pants dance.
Yeah, this cornfield is haunted. Yeah, the corn's being flaunted. Yep, and I'm being taunted. You don't know what my name is, Ted.
Yeah. This guy's got a hockey mask on. What's he doing in the cornfield? Oh my god, oh my god. Yeah, this guy's got a Freddy mask on. Wait, Fred don't wear a mask. Oh my god.
I just took an edible and going to the haunted maze. Yeah, that's regrettable. Yeah, I'm feeling terrible and scared. I'm impaired.
I'm impaired and it's imperative that I am scared, and there it is, there's a ghost. Oh my god, I just took a shit in my pants, now I pissed all over and I shit. I'm covered in the piss and shit, I wish that I did not exist.
Clean up in maze aisle 4.
Clean up in, would they call it an aisle? Hall? No. Fuck it.
Maze lane.
Row. It's a row, right?
It's a row
In
sound.
corn, they call it a row.
Oh, what, porn?
Corn.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, dude.
Corn star.
Bro. It's what's that? I like that song about with the kids singing about corn. That's a fun one, right? It's corn.
Yeah.
It's something like that. That's a cute
honestly, my favorite I would say it was my favorite experience with Halloween and shit was one of those corn mazes in Michigan.
Okay.
Yeah, I
remember I went with you and the two girlfriends.
Dude, they were.
Damn, Richard balling.
No, they were fun. They had a lot of life.
No.
They took the mediocre or things that people would consider ordinary.
Yeah.
And they made it exceptional.
I never had any problem with these broads. Richard was regularly teased about hanging out with them because they were strange.
They were literally like my only humanity department like friends. Like if it wasn't sports or business, that's all I had left. And no one that was athletic was in humanities department. And honestly, I enjoyed their company.
That's a weird department.
No, they were cool.
We got chased around by this single individual because he scared us off right off the bat. So he knew his costume was hitting. Like he knew that he was scaring us. So he would take shortcuts throughout all the maze and just show up at random corners. And we knew it was the same guy just chasing us down. And we couldn't get away from him.
I would try and do fun stuff like
scary as
that.
shit.
That's the only environment in which you can't really call a stalker out. You're like, well, I guess I paid for this.
Yo, that would suck if you. That's got to be a scene in a horror film. A lady has got a restraining order on someone. She goes to a haunted house, realizes he works there, and she signed an agreement that he can touch her.
Well,
there are haunted houses like that. You sign something
Damn.
beforehand, and it's basically they're allowed to like shove you and stuff. And
what about The Gift, dude? Have you watched that recently?
The Gift. You're talking about
What's
the
his name?
Jason Bateman film.
And it has Joel Edgerton in it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I feel like
Why'd you bring that up?
Because he's kind of stalking them, right?
Yes, it is a sort of stalkerish thing. Yeah, that's an intense one. Although it's a great movie, but once you know how it ends, like the twist is so big that I have no desire to rewatch that movie.
I don't remember the twist.
You don't remember the twist? Well, you should rewatch that movie. There's a pretty big twist, and it is a twisted ass twist. I'll tell you.
It's like an old boy twist.
Kind of.
I think
it's on the similar caliber as that.
I think I remember.
Say Old Boys is still more fucked up, but it's up there with Old Boys.
Yeah, I would say most of the movies that my dad like loved and that I enjoyed at the same time. Because there was a lot of movies that he would be like, "Oh, we have to watch this movie. It's a classic."
And it's like
brutal trying to get through it.
It's like deep penetration, black on Asian.
But the movie Maverick, the one with Mel Gibson as like the head gambler, is an old movie. Yeah.
I know what you're. No, it's called Maverick, right?
Yeah, it's called Maverick.
Yeah.
But it has a super good twist to it.
I just want to point out that David made a pretty solid watching porn with your dad joke that we didn't acknowledge. But
yeah, I felt super weird.
It's okay.
That's probably the second weirdest experience on this pod, other than like the my sister part at the beginning.
Hey, we haven't made a single joke about me slowly caressing her hair or anything like that. We would never do anything like that. That would be sick.
We would never
and I
take
respect
it
you
too
much.
far.
Glad I brought it up again.
But anyway, you were saying, Rich?
No, I was just saying how well of a twist they ran in that movie. It was fun, but it was an
what
old
was the twist
classic.
in that one again?
I don't want to necessarily give it away, but
I don't want to give away the twist in this 1980s movie.
It's been a good while, so I couldn't give you the whole gist of it.
Jennifer Garner's dad is in that, isn't he? It's like Mel and then an older guy. And
well, he was the original Mel Gibson.
James Garner.
He was the original Maverick.
Because it's a remake. Yeah, that's right. And James Garner was the original guy.
Original
we're getting to the bottom of it.
I watched Hellraiser Hellbound this week.
Yo, that's the sequel. That's a good one.
I eventually shut it off.
Oh, you weren't into it.
Well, I guess I was kind of tired, and then also it was
it's
just
hard
like,
to follow.
And it's like the same shit again, sort of. They just kind of pick up where they left off, and like Julia from the first one gets brought back, and then the doctor from there's this doctor who's really into all the shit that the first movie gives you. There's that little box, and he moves it around, and he scratches his cock.
Yo, I like how the doctor eventually becomes a CENOBITE himself, and it's one of the cool ones. He's got like a monster on his noggin.
Yo, that dude deserves it. He took an opportunity and curved it. And took advantage of the little chick in the beginning of the flick.
Yeah, that was weird. And what was her connection again to the whole thing? I don't know, friend, but all I know is Kirsty thought her dad was down there, but it turns out it was Frank, and he gave her a scare.
Frank comes back. He acts like a rat. Because he squibbles around.
I was actually, well, before I get off of the Hellraiser 2, what did you think? So what point did you, I guess you probably were just sort of half. If you shut it off at one point, you weren't very invested at all. I don't blame you.
It just seems like something I should have watched while drawing or editing or something like.
So you were like sitting down trying to.
Yeah, I got off work and my girlfriend was like, "Let's watch a scary movie." I was like, "Hellraiser, Hellbound." She's like, "Whatever, sure." And he just turned it on, and I was like, "Ugh, this is weird."
It really isn't that scary.
No, it's more. It's because first off, the special effects aren't incredible, so you're like, "Ugh, this is." I can tell that it's all like just fake, and then also it's just it's more weird than it is scary.
That's probably the film franchise with the most like tumultuous franchising of them all, where it's really just the first one is like the one that hits the hardest, but for some reason they decided to make 8 more of them.
That's way too many.
And the other ones are kind of universally maligned. Like all anyone really likes is the first one.
Yeah.
But then they just decided to keep making them. And by the time they got to the 4th one, they were just taking scripts for other horror films and repurposing them to fit the Hellraiser narrative. Like you can tell just while you're watching them, you'll be like, "What? Why is there like a subplot with a serial killer in this film?" And it's like, oh, it's because this was originally a movie about this serial killer, but now Pinhead is also in here. So it's kind of and some of the movies were made. There was this one movie that was made. This one Hellraiser movie was made in 3 months because the studio learned last minute that they were about to lose the rights to the Hellraiser property if they didn't release another film in 3 months. So they were like, shit, let's get some actors, let's get some makeup, we're making another Hellraiser movie right now or we're gonna fucking lose this IP. And
they phoned it in like crazy.
Yeah, which but at the same time you almost have to respect the dedication to maintaining the IP. They were like, we can't lose Hellraiser. If we lose Hellraiser, we're fucked. We have to make one of the shittiest movies ever just to maintain this.
Well, you said the new one might bang.
Apparently it does bang, and I'm looking forward to watching it. There's also another new horror movie out called Barbarian that I really want to watch. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm down to watch either one of those as ASAP.
Yeah, I'd be down to watch. I do a post-pod flick.
Let's do it.
Just because my vehicle is being leased out to my partner.
Which, hey, at least she's got a nice, like, functional vehicle. I like your car. You know,
yeah,
it's good stuff.
It does this thing where if you park and the tires are at like an angle, it'll lock the power steering. You can't start it. So like you really have to make sure that the car is parked straight.
It's got some quirks.
Yeah, but well, you know, it's got a backup camera that I installed in it.
Rich and I went to the mall today, and it was the first time I had been to the mall in like a long ass time.
Which mall?
Lakewood.
Oh, that's the one that Ben Staples talks about.
Oh, that's great.
At the Lakewood Mall.
And he's talking about Spirit Halloween at the Lakewood Mall.
I don't think so.
Hit the spirit. Anyway. It's been so long since I've been to a mall. I didn't realize how much manga and anime have taken over the mall.
Taken over.
We went to 3 different stores that were like targeted towards like Japanese culture dudes, and that wasn't. There was at least 5 in the mall. There were a couple that we didn't.
There was
skipped.
more. Yeah, there was more that we skipped, but there was all plenty in between each of them.
Yes,
there was all bunch of shit.
I would argue maybe a 5th of the stores in this mall you could go into and buy an anime figurine from your favorite anime. Which was kind of weird. I can't believe that shit is here. And at the same time, it was damn expensive. And I would never buy that shit in present. I would go online on the internet because I don't want to make a purchase I regret. So I'ma fucking give them my 2 cents or the 3 or 4 so I can get that anime figure.
I gotta say, the anime, it's not my fave, but it's not that it's not great. A lot of people really like it.
I'm a sucker for the action figure. I like looking at them, like moving them around. I almost bought a Master Chief doll at the motherfucking Ross when I saw it, y'all.
Master Chief. Woo. Yeah, that's me. Woo. 420. Woo. I be smoking and I be poking on your boyfriend and your girlfriend. Damn. Yeah, you don't see.
Whoa.
Me me when I'm coming through. On your girlfriend doing the voodoo.
Yo, Master Chief, I'm with Cortana, and I like to see her blue tatas.
Just made a banger in like 2 seconds.
I think she's more purple than blue. So
They kind of have switched her design around a bit. There was she also, like in the earlier days, was a little more modest. Now she's just straight up digital tits.
digital
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
That shit's
I'm
tight.
down though, bro.
Totally down.
Ooh, yo, what is it, man? When am I gonna find my Cortana, guys?
It probably.
Wouldn't that be funny?
There's an
What am
app. There's an app you can download at this point.
No, isn't that what they call the Windows AI? They call it, yeah.
It's Cortana.
Yeah, which is cute.
No, but I'm just saying you can get an AI girlfriend at this point, bro.
Yeah,
she'd come through.
I like if those real dolls weren't so expensive, it might just be fun to have one lying around, you know. But those things are like $3,200 or some crazy shit.
Yeah, it'd be funny if you were like $32, $50, $99.
Oh yeah, I just knew the exact amount
without shipping.
And they don't ship here, unfortunately.
Usually, you have to get it shipped to a nearby state and then have it rerouted.
Yeah, no.
The weird thing about having a thing that is inanimate that you fuck is that you gotta store it, you gotta clean it, and then you gotta feel the weirdness of the refractory period where you're like, I'm never using this again. And then
David,
what?
You need an AI that can shower itself. Just like
okay, but you can't penetrate the AI. You know what I'm saying? Like there has to. Have you seen the fleshlights that go in circles and they just
sick,
do this like super blowjob on
Bro.
you? That's just
You're getting me hard right now, dog.
It's crazy to own one of those. It looks like a fun thing to use like once, but like buying that and
It's like you're gonna put your dick in that thing
over and over, and no, it sticks to the wall in your shower. Like imagine like you have people over and they're like, they're like your friend is staying over for a week, and they get in your shower and there's just machine in your shower that you have sex with.
It reminds me of when I brought up goon caves a while back. To refresh you, Richard, there's a subreddit called Goon Caves that is dedicated to people posting pictures of their home living situations where they have the walls, the ceilings, all the TV screens, just porn 24/7. It's like a cocoon of pornographic images and videos.
It's
and I forgot what I was talking about originally.
Well, yeah, there'd probably be one of those machines in a goon
Oh
cave.
yes, like where you're at the point where you can't take a shower without like sticking a thing to the wall and backing up into it or whatever.
Backing up.
I just had a radical thought. You know those chambers that you can like go in and it's all water and it floats you. What are they called?
Oh yeah, like a
Sensory deprivation chamber.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get in one of those, have like a hookup fleshlight, get a blowjob in one of those.
And
Getting a blowjob in a sensory. Yeah, all you're saying right now is, wouldn't it be sick to get a blowjob in a sensory deprivation chamber? And the answer is yes, 100%. Every time that would rule. Warm fellatio in a I was about to call it blowjob machine in a sensory deprivation. I call it the blowjob machine though.
But your senses should be dulled, so I wonder if it would hit.
So
the
so you're saying it should be
it hits harder because you're like your eyes are no longer being like stimulated.
So you've been in the tank for a few hours at this point.
I mean, I think it starts to take effect within a few minutes. You start to like not be affected by your senses, and you're only like in the zen moment.
I guess how long are you supposed to stay in a sensory deprivation?
I think it's like if you're in there for an hour, you get the benefits.
Okay.
I don't know what the benefits are. It's just like leaving yourself.
Fuck a fleshlight. Just get another partner in there. See what happens.
Okay, well, I would.
So you're saying actual sex is better than self sex?
I would love. We would love human connection, Richard. That's ideal.
Jesus, I never thought of that.
Wait, so this machine is just replacing a person? Probably the machines have taken apart many marriages. You know what I'm saying? Like a dude who's like, I'm just gonna go fuck the fleshlight.
Well, one of the things that worked out, a marriage that worked out was that dude Dan Harmon and his wife. Dan Harmon has a real doll, and he fucks that thing, I'm pretty sure, y'all. But his wife didn't mind. In fact, she turned it into a TV show on Hulu.
Quibi. It was on Quibi.
It was on Quibi.
Yo, starring Anna Kendrick. Yeah, I feel stupendous because I watched that shit for a minute.
Yo, but you never finished?
No.
Man, so the quality must have diminished after the couple episodes, but at the end of the day, it's still an interesting concept, you know?
The quality did diminish. Yeah, my appeal was skittish. I was not into it, and also it was kind of some supernatural shit.
Whoa, so the doll was alive,
Yeah.
and it was speaking, and it told her to die?
Exactly.
And it wanted, I'm curious, in the show, did the guy that was supposed to be like her husband, did he look like Dan Harmon in the show?
He might have. I don't recall
Okay,
right
so
now.
this was a very brief.
Well,
was Quibi the one that you could watch on your phone?
And it, not just that, you could only watch it on your phone. Wow. And if you turned your screen around,
It didn't work.
No, it would go full screen. And then if you turned it up, there would be an adjust. Like they filmed everything in two, or they edited everything in two formats. So no
Yeah.
matter which way you turned your phone, it would adjust. Like it's a pretty progressive streaming idea. It just isn't the way people stream. Like people don't want to like hold their phone and stream something like this or like this. Like
No, it's like if you're going to be actually watching a thing,
You're putting your phone
You
down.
could be bothered to turn your phone sideways.
exactly, like it's just not. And there was another show on there. I don't know why I had Quibi. I think I had Quibi because I was standing.
No, you got it free, didn't you?
I got it free, and I was standing at work, and instead of like scrolling Instagram, I was just like, oh, I'll just watch a show like this.
Interesting.
And like the episodes were like 4 minutes, and they would be like super fast paced. Like
I didn't realize it was also short episodes too.
Yeah.
What an interesting and ambitious concept for an app.
and like
and it
they
burned out
they lost
quickly.
billions of dollars. Like it just flopped.
Right. Well, was it because they I assume they must have gotten a bunch of loans or whatever to pay for the content in the first place.
I mean, it's made by Facebook, right? So like they have a shit ton of money.
Dude,
Like
Facebook is taking a nosedive right now, or at least that Meta. They lost like $1 billion in a week, like last week or something.
there's a big tech layoff thing happening right now.
Yeah, everyone on Twitter is getting fired because Elon's moving in.
Oh yeah. Verizon lets
Get
people
Elon.
off.
Apparently, people are now allowed to drop just hard R N-words on Twitter now. I've been seeing posts of people being like, "This is what is going on now that Elon has taken over. These posts aren't being taken down. These accounts aren't getting banned or whatever."
Hell yeah.
And it's crazy.
I mean, I like the chaos. I don't know if it's good
Here's the
or bad,
thing.
but like
There's like I don't think people should be posting that stuff, obviously, but there is also a part of me that longs for the days of the internet where I could go on Twitter, I could go to the official Twitter account of ISIS and actually watch them behead a person
That's
on
great.
their Twitter account.
That's radical.
That was a thing you could do at one point on the internet.
yeah,
It's a wild take, Alex. Holy shit.
That was like in 2012. That wasn't even that long
that
ago.
was recently. Yeah. No, it's definitely. I hate how much it's been talked about because my take on whatever is not going to be as insightful as whoever else's. But there comes a point where the censorship is so aggressive that it's better, in my opinion, to have no censorship and let the horrendous shits just be out there than to censor a little bit and never be able to draw the line. Because as soon as you start censoring a little bit, then it's like, well, maybe this too, and then you start inching and inching. It's like the
sides.
Israelis in Palestine.
It's picking sides. It's forcing people to
Well, yeah,
go
you
a certain
can't,
direction.
because then you're censoring what you don't like. And if you're a leftist institution, you're gonna be like, all right, fucking stop this and this and this, and then I'd rather just let ISIS keep beheading people on Twitter, and then
It is crazy that there is a part of me that is like, yeah, let them give ISIS their Twitter account back. I'm like kind of on. That's the side I'm on.
I probably wouldn't watch it. I'd be like, all right,
No, yeah, the fact that I know it's there is like,
it's pretty radical.
you could DM ISIS.
There's
You
no
used to
in
be able to
between, yeah.
DM ISIS on the internet if you wanted to.
Okay, I guess maybe we should deplatform ISIS. That seems like not a bad move.
Listen, But once we deplatform ISIS, who's next?
Who's next?
Next
Joe
is
Rogan is next.
Yeah, next is the Dome with Bamfomania podcast.
Which I don't think we ever even introduced the pod this week.
I think you said Dome at one point.
Whatever.
I was slumped at the beginning, dude. I was honestly, I had a tough time getting up here.
Which is surprisingly, maybe we hit him with we got a beat. Maybe we survived that last beat and we hit him with the Chris.
Okay.
And then we take a little pee break.
I'm cool
slap
with
each
that.
other in the face.
Oh yeah.
That kind of vibe. You know how it is.
I think it's the vapes, dude. Every time I hit the vapes, I'm fine, but like the first hit for some reason, I'm like
Swooning.
You're just not used to that sweet, sweet nicotine.
Is that what it is?
That sweet, young, supple.
I'm also. I feel like you get. Yo, I get stress tired. You know, when you're wired and you're a liar, and then you get tired because you've been lying so much, man. You're stressed.
Your body's tired from all of the stress. I get that, yo. Yeah, I'm under duress. I hit that, ho. Yo, I don't know why. I just want to go to sleep and then die.
I just want all my peoples to be happy. And yeah, in the meantime, I'll be napping in the backseat of a caddy with a baddie.
With a baddie in the backseat of a car. I wish that I could do that and we could go so far. But I've been stressed out lately, you see. And every single day I be stressing the week,
Yeah, I'm super stressed. I can't hit the street without my vest. My life's a mess. I just wanna grab your girl and caress.
Caress, yo. Caress. Caress the carcass.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude, I turned it dark.
Necrophilia.
I turned it dark, bro, because it's Halloween, folks.
Halloween.
Hit him with the fucking Chris.
Woo! I wish I had a spooky. Yeah, there we go.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
And we're back, and we are looking up Whippets on Amazon right now. What's the price on the 50-pack?
Like $35.
What does that feel like? The Whippets. What does it do to you?
It's like a head rush. It's definitely dopaminergic because you get that feeling like when you're doing other dopaminergic drugs where you want to keep.
That's
hitting.
a word?
Dopaminergic.
That's crazy, bro. That's a
I've
wild
never
word.
heard that word before.
I think I've heard it on a podcast or something. Let me Google it.
Dopaminergic.
It sounds like something.
Sounds made up. Okay, so I mean, but it's supposed to, but it makes you stupid or whatever.
Yeah. Well, dopaminergic meaning that it releases dopamine and it makes you want to keep chasing it. So like in the same way that like you rip a line and then you're like, oh, let's do another one, and you know what I'm saying? Or like when you eat ice cream, you
McDonald's.
want to take another scoop. Yeah. Like there's something about doing the whippet that makes you want to hit it again within 3 or 4 minutes, and that's probably the biggest addictive property is the short life cycle of the hit. So it being something that you have to do again so quickly. I don't know what the negative effects are, but when you Google whippets, like the first 19 things that come up are the dangers of inhalant abuse.
And usually the thumbnail that they use as an example of a guy doing whippets is not someone in their 30s. So I got a feeling that maybe not for us, right?
Yeah, I mean the reason I did whippets is because of this girl that I worked with who had a drug problem, but she also had a kid. And
my
a
God.
bad
That made things
relationship.
better.
This chick came over one time with her kid, or no, she was pregnant and she was buying weed or something. This was before she gave birth or something. I can't remember what it was. She was pregnant. I swear to God.
I think you're talking about somebody else.
Oh, okay. It was one of your coworkers. It was David had a pregnant coworker that came through to buy weed from him while she was pregnant. Maybe I shouldn't be telling this story because that means that you also facilitated the sale of weed to a pregnant woman.
You know what? There was a time where I was like, oh, she'll just she'll make cookies.
Yeah, I mean, is it even that bad to smoke weed when you're pregnant? I'm
It's
pretty sure my
terrible.
mom smoked
Let
weed.
us know.
It's pretty terrible.
Phone
I'm
in,
pretty sure.
folks.
I'm pretty sure it's bad to smoke weed just like as a teenager, like when you're developing your brain.
Oh, I know it's bad to smoke as a teenager.
Yeah, no, it's even worse in
So
embryo
it
for sure.
will affect the embryo. It won't just make it a chill ass dude.
I don't even know
Comes
how
out just
Shaka.
Yeah, I don't even know how long I've been smoking weed, but I know for a fact if I hit that stuff too early in my life would be totally different. And I don't think I would have gotten to where I am
No,
now.
I see it in people who like have self-professed to be like hard chiefing since they were 14 or whatever. I'm like, oh, you're still 14.
Yeah.
You see that in people who like
you had a rough
the
life,
major
but you
dudes.
haven't progressed.
I feel like I developed the inability to focus due to smoking weed early on. Like I didn't smoke like chronically, but I did smoke many times prior to being 18. And but so many of the people that I was around did too, and then they also went on to like get jobs and careers and go to school. Like one of my friends who chiefed hard at his early age is like a pilot now.
Okay, so there are outliers.
It can happen, yeah, for sure.
Well, I'm just saying, like there comes a point where you either like that dude that became a pilot, he's sober now. He's like sober.
And I imagine that contributes because it's true that your brain sort of stops developing around the age of like 21 or whatever, but it is also true you can still learn new things.
Right.
So that I think that counts as brain development and whatever. So it's not like because you were chiefing hard at 14, you're going to be perpetually an ignorant moron. You could still gain some new info. You might be gaining that info with the brain of a 14-year-old, but there are some smart ass 14-year-olds out there that
it's also
don't fuck around.
I don't think you just are 14.
No,
forever.
I'm being hyperbolic with
Yeah.
that, but I noticed that is kind of
But
there's something to be said there where it's like if you've been smoking weed for that long, I can compare your behavior now to when you first started.
It's also how when you see people who are sober, you're like, oh yeah, I could tell you used to fucking party like it was 1912. Fucking hell.
All right.
Yeah, you look like you never stopped with a pot.
Hey, yo, it's 1912 and I'm smoking hella bong rips. Yeah, you know me, I do it all night long, bitch. I got the weed and I twist it. It's 1912, I'm existing, I'm smoking, I'm getting lit.
Yeah, they say the haze is a gateway. I used to smoke it every day, babe. Till I was 23. Then I said, nah, I'm going to pilot school, babe.
I'm gonna pilot this plane, yeah. I'm on another plane, yeah. I be smoking this shit, yo. It's damaging to my brain, yeah. I smoked it when I was 12 and now I'm 12 perpetually, bro. I don't know how to fly, but I'm flyer than a train, yo.
I've been a teenager for 45 years. I only got like 5 peers. And they all drug addicts.
And I just drank like 5 beers.
Cheers.
Sad.
Whoa, cheers. Dude, Richard got a bar in. Hell yeah.
Barely.
Good times.
That pause, that break in the audio you heard was just us sipping, folks. Don't log off, don't tune, don't change the channel.
They heard the cheers. Dude, I went to Equinox today.
Oh, snap.
Well, because if you live in Southern California, I think this is everywhere. Gyms are crowded because it's cool to get jacked, or it's cool to like go to the gym. And I think it's because of the internet, but I think also post-COVID, the gyms are more full than they've ever been. And every time I go to 24 Hour Fitness, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe how many people are here. And it's not because I got beef with people. Like I like seeing other people. That's cool. It's just when you're trying to get a workout in, you're like anxious about using the equipment. And let's say you plan to do something. You're like, oh, I'm going to pull up. And then you get there and it's like, oh, I can't do this because that machine's taken.
Do you think that there's also a level here where you don't necessarily want to work out in front of other people?
I don't care about that as much because like once you start working out, you feel confident and great. Like once you get like your first 2-3 pumps in, you're like, I'm a fucking animal. And you start just, getting that, you get that boost, you get those endorphins. That dopaminergic experience.
Yeah, hell yeah. And you lose object permanence.
When I first started going to the gym, I was self-conscious about like, oh, I'm not going to do this thing because like these people are around. And I'm like, fuck that. But I get what David's saying. Like when you go to a crowded gym, like you show up and it's crowded, like having to wait to do your routine suffers. And you're like all your adrenaline that you had, all that anticipation to doing that kind of just throws you into this offset, and you're just like, I don't want to work out.
And then you compromise. Then you're like, all right, I'm just going to hit this, and then whatever's open after that, I'm going to. You start being resourceful, which is good, I guess, but you don't get to use whatever you want. The point is, I've been like yapping to my girlfriend, to my coworkers. I'm going to Equinox. They're all like, "That's stupid. That's a car payment. Shut the fuck up." And then I found out that we get a discount through work. I'm like, all right. So
what's the discount like?
It's like $20. So like it's like 10% off. But I mean, I can't complain. It's still.
You should. You know what?
$180 for a month.
You're doing it.
No.
That's the too long didn't read of this story. You're officially enrolled in Equinox. No, you're not.
I went to the one on Rosecrans and I took a look around. It's packed. It's packed.
Okay.
The weights and the gym area on a Saturday at 11:30.
Okay.
Which is like when nobody's working, is packed. So like who's to say that the main floor was packed, but then you go upstairs and there's like this outdoor turf on the roof and the sun's hitting it and it's like 70 degrees and there's these weights and the ropes and you can have this CrossFit workout outside like a fucking champ, and that area was empty. And then there's a rooftop pool, empty.
What?
And then there's a sauna and a steam room. And
but you still decided not to go with it?
Well, it's 0 initiation, then the first month free, and then it's $180 a month to only go to this one location. If you want to go to all the locations in LA, it's $255.
$250, an extra fucking $70.
God
Yeah,
damn.
bro. Yeah, bro. And like a regular gym membership is like $25.
Yeah,
High rollers, yo.
I mean
that's a lot to pay for.
That really does seem like a scam.
It's really not like, imagine going to this gym and then still being fat as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like there's people like I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym and everybody's gonna be shredded. There's a bunch of normal ass people with money who aren't shredded.
In my head, all I'm thinking is, yeah, I spent all this money. It's getting me to go to this gym. I'm doing a good workout, but now I can't afford the nutrients I need to actually get the best out of that fucking
You
workout.
can't go to Chipotle after you worked out at Equinox.
You can't afford shit because you have to be paying all this money.
And the reality is it's like it's not about the gym. It's about like feeling good and enjoying going there and like having a positive experience, and that allowing you to go more often. Like going to 24 and still getting a pump in is technically a good experience, even if the gym sucks.
I watched this documentary about Planet Fitness and why everyone hates it. Why do you think everyone hates Planet Fitness?
Because it doesn't have a big variety of like quality machines.
Yo, I'm gonna ask Richard next why he thinks people hate Planet Fitness, but right now I just gotta go rap. Yo, Planet Fitness, I be working out now. Yeah, I got the weights. Yeah, I be working out. How?
Whoa.
I lift it up. I doing some crunches. Yeah, I be gaining muscles, bunches.
Yo, I'm at the Planet. Yeah, I'm feeling ratchet. Go up to a bad bitch, and her name is Janice. I'm like, what you do?
Oh.
She's like, yeah, squat or two.
Okay.
And since it's Tuesday, we're getting pizza.
She squat on my face and I fucking her ass. So that's how it is. Yeah, I do it in class.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm at the Planet Fitness in her butt. Yeah, that's how it is. Yo, this girl is a slut.
What?
I took her home and you know that we be fucking. Yeah, Planet Fitness. Yeah, you know I be nothing. I love this fucking gymnasium. It's like free pussy for days, man.
Nut in her butt. Woo. I'm at the Planet Fitness. You know what?
Damn. Skirt.
I was gonna say they don't have like some of the heavy duty like squat rack deadlift things that people like. Like if you go to squat at Planet Fitness, it's all like a controlled machine that it's not like a free bar and a bench. Like I think it's all like a machine that protects your form. It's more of like a newbie gym, but you could get a pumping.
Now, why do you think that people hate Planet
I'm kind
Fitness?
of with Dave on this. I feel like the signing up to a Planet Fitness is more of an intermediate version of getting into either weightlifting, whatever you're gonna do. It's not necessarily specified, so you get more a looser term of working out. And when you get there, it's also the same thing. Like they are there to help you, but their help isn't necessarily coming through.
Well, you're
so
both
it's very
wrong.
small.
Okay,
folks. So this YouTube documentarian, I encourage you all to check him out. Sunny V2. He's got a ton of subscribers. He doesn't need my help, but I really enjoyed his little expose. Planet Fitness doesn't want you to be fit. They don't want you to work out in their gyms and get healthy and lose weight. They have their whole thing is it's like a no judgment zone.
Yeah.
That's like kind of how they marketed themselves.
Yeah.
And I think they have like on the walls no lugs allowed or whatever. And
what's a lug?
A lug is the guy at the gym who's doing bench
A
presses,
hunks.
and he's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. The dudes that like vocally work
you can't
out.
drop your weight. There's like
There's no dropping
Those
of
are
the
the
weights
best
either.
people at gyms.
Well,
You just stare and look
those
at
are the
them
guys.
and be like,
Those
what
are the
the
guys
fuck?
that are there to work the fuck out. And yeah, I don't put it past the assumptions that there's some performative grunting going on. I could totally see that.
No, but if you're really lifting, you might make some noises.
Yes, there's nothing wrong with that, but I would argue in the same way that I kind of make my sneezes louder than they need to be on a regular basis, I think that a lot of these fools are grunting louder than they need to grunt.
Sure.
Like people who yawn louder than they need to yawn. That's a thing. And so it's
So Planet Fitness isn't counting on you going to the gym.
okay, they also make their membership only like $10 a month or
Yeah.
something. So they don't encourage you to work out hard because you're gonna inevitably do some grunting or whatever, and they have an alarm that if they see people slamming weights or making noises while they lift the weights, they sound this alarm or whatever.
Like, be cool.
to like shame them for working out. And at the end of the day, this is all because they don't want in shape people at their gym. They want fat guys and girls who they don't think they're going to come once or twice because it's a $10 amount. That's an easy thing.
Yeah, it's easy entry level.
And then they're going to forget to ever cancel their membership. So they're just going to get $10 a month from these fatties who went twice and never returned. That is the business model of Planet Fitness, and it is reflected in their social media presence and how they like run their business and whatnot.
They give pizza out on Tuesdays.
They give pizza out on Tuesdays.
Honestly, this all makes sense, and I completely agree with that. Like, as far as marketing goes, like, they're savvy as fuck and they're ruthless.
Well, and
but
also, like,
it makes sense.
There's no reason you couldn't get a decent workout in at a Planet Fitness. Like,
oh no, it's not stopping anyone from getting in shape, but it is bringing in the people that aren't actually there to get in shape.
They're relying on the people who see the price tag and are like, okay, maybe it's time for me to give gyms a try. But they're also so self-conscious that they need to go to Planet Fitness, one where they think they're going to be protected. They feel the need that they need to be protected while they work out. So they're like, I'll go to Planet Fitness. And, they go there 2 or 3 times. And then they stop working out because that's just what happens most of the time. Most of the time, people who want to start working out stop.
yo, I don't want a nice gym. I just want it to be empty. I just want there to be plenty of benches and Fendi. Yeah, I want a lady to come with me to the bench press so we can live together. Yeah, together we're better.
I'm at Planet Fatness. Yeah, that's right. No, that's how it is. I'm not losing no weight. I'm still using this weight. You gotta wait your turn. Yeah, I got the weights on here and I'm learning how to do it. Oh, why you grunting? That's the lunk alarm. I hear something.
No lunks allowed, you're being too loud, and I'm really proud of my size. Yeah, health. I got wealth of fat around my belt. What you know, bitch?
Stacking up the change, saving all my money, cause I only paid 10, 9, 20. I don't know, man. It's only a monthly payment. Yeah, I'm done, see?
I think I've gone to Planet Fitness multiple times, and like it's been one of the gyms that I, when I'm in a routine, it's one of the ones where I'm like, fuck it, I'll just get a Planet Fitness real quick, and then I'll, go there for 3 months or something like that, and then I cancel it. But I could see how, it's only $10, you never go, and 900 people do that. Boom.
Yeah, you forget that you signed up. You forget you have a membership, and you just keep paying.
The nice thing about it is that it's everywhere. Like if you get a Planet Fitness membership and then you travel or you go to a different part of town, like there's probably a Planet Fitness there.
Yeah, there's pros and cons of it, but it is funny how they have sort of. I mean, yeah, I guess that's the overall point is they've sort of cornered themselves into this. Get in shape if you want to here. This is the gym where, you could have a slice of pizza or you could do some bench presses if you want.
It's like Vince Vaughn's gym in dodgeball. He's like, we're just, we're here to have a good time.
Which is funny because, he is the hero of that film. Dude, they're selling Vince Vaughn Average Joe's Gym's costumes still at Spirit Halloween. I saw that today. It's funny that you would bring that up.
That's a classic, though. I feel like
it is a classic film. I'm not going to lie.
Well, the youngins don't get it.
I Yeah, I don't
they
think
can't.
I don't
can't
think
get it. There's no way they watch
No.
that.
That Ben Stiller era of comedy is over.
And Vince Vaughn. Vince Vaughn's only in serious shit now.
Oh, you're
Oh
right.
no,
dude.
wait, no, he's been in some bad.
No, isn't he in the
comedies.
second season of True Detective?
Yeah,
and he's
that's
drinking.
that's a serious thing.
No, I was gonna say yes, it's serious, and he's drinking Blue Label the whole time. I
I can't remember him.
never even heard of Blue Label until I watched the second season of True Detective, and I was like, I thought it was red, then black. There's blue.
He's just like comically racist that whole season. Like,
Yeah,
they wanted to make him racist. It's like the show wanted to make Vince Vaughn's character racist, but they weren't allowed to do anything actually racist. So
Yeah.
anything he does that's kind of racially insensitive isn't really that racially insensitive. It's just to show that he is a racist character. Like an example, at one point he's meeting up with a Mexican gang, and his crew and their crew all have their guns pointed against each other, and he's like, never been in a Mexican standoff with actual Mexicans. And that line is supposed to be like, yeah, it's because he's racist. And it's like, that line technically isn't racist at all.
It's technically clever. It's a clever line. I just imagine a Mexican or not a Mexican, a gang member who's a Crip getting offered some Red Label and being like, nah, man, you better bring me that Blue Label. Like, sir,
Okay,
sir,
I like that.
sir, we don't have Blue Label here. I'm not drinking that Red Label.
Diet Blue. Put some blue in there.
I guess, yeah, maybe Vince Vaughn was a big Crip in the fucking second True Detective season.
No, he was something else. He was like some gangster real estate developer that he had entered into some shitty deal that some guy ran off with all his money. I don't know.
I might rewatch that because you rewatched it just to, get on that level.
You should. It was good. I liked Colin Farrell as the drunk dad. That was probably my favorite thing about it, to be honest. At the end of the day, that season is whatever. There was something I noticed. The whole season is about like the aftermath of the shootout that happens in the 4th episode. So the first 3 episodes, in theory, could have just never happened.
Whoa.
There was some like minor character development that comes to play in the later episodes in the first 3, but in reality, they could have started season 2 of True Detective at the shootout. In the same vein that like the first season is, it's got Rustin and Woody Harrelson's character recalling the events. It could have started like that, and then recalling what happened, and then it starts with the shootout scene or something. But I like that they did it differently. They can't all be the same. Fuck True Detective, that show sucks, and man, I hate it. Why are we talking about that gay shit? Let's change the topic. Oh my god, it's time to talk about something else. Fuck True Detective, fuck the elves, fuck Christmas, and fuck the skeletons, fuck Halloween, fuck goddamn everything.
True Detective, I'm not erect, bitch. When I watch it, yeah, it makes me feel detested. Yeah, this rap is not the best in the universe, but I might have done it on purpose.
Yo, I love True Detective Season 1. Yo, Rustin Cole, yeah, he's my son. I love that guy. Yeah, he's totally me. I reflect that dude's personality in every aspect of mine. Yeah, I am so sublime, and time is a flat circle. Yeah, you know me, I give a purple nurple.
True Detective Season 2, yeah, Colin Farrell, that's my dude. And I love how they eat the food, and also he's in a mood.
Yo, True Detective, yeah, Season 3, man. Patrick Wilson, that's who I be.
Just made a banger in like 2 seconds.
No, but you gotta watch True Detective, or I said True Detective, Fargo Season 3.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck. I'm confusing my
Alex
True
been on
Detectives
that.
and my Fargos.
I did want to say one more thing about the gyms. I don't give a shit if a gym is nice. I give a shit about it being empty. Like, I'd rather there be
Rusty weights.
I'd rather there be a gym the size of this room and there be 2 of us there than there be an enormous gym just slammed. I hate that, dude. It's like a mall on Black Friday, dude.
And when in my Grubhub days, one time I delivered to a fire station that was like on the water in Long Beach.
Wow.
And I was there at like 7 a.m. The station hadn't even opened yet, but there were still people there, obviously, and they were just working out at the gym in the fire department. And I was
Hell
like,
yeah.
damn, that's sick.
That's so sick.
That's sick, right? It's just, there's some guy eating breakfast, and then there's just 2 dudes just working out over there.
Like, part of their job is to be fit and
yeah,
healthy.
it's like, we're going to save lives and just take a break, work out at the gym real quick.
Absolutely. Those fucking firemen, they get to like sleep there. They get to fucking work out. They
Firemen
got
are
that
cool.
kitchen. They got whatever they need, because they're going to be there 24/7.
I wish they would call firemen instead of cops when shit goes down.
Yeah, I don't know how good they are at hand-on-hand combat.
Give them
Shit's
some,
going down and they're just hosing people.
Nah,
get
just-
out of here.
Wouldn't be the first time.
I say give them some bazookas or fire. You know what? Give them fucking what do they call those? Flamethrowers. Give them some flamethrowers. They'll get their fucking
Firefighters with flamethrowers that's a slippery slope.
No, they're the only ones that know how to deal with that shit if they start something on fire.
So you're saying that firefighters should be the only people allowed to have flamethrowers?
Exactly.
I like that.
No one's gonna stand in front and riot in front of a bunch of firemen with fucking.
I agree. That would end a riot quick.
They would literally be firemen at that point.
You want some 30-degree burns, bitches?
A man on fire.
You know what's funny? Richard's ideas are like Elon Musk on his first day at Twitter. He's like, all right, let's give firemen flamethrowers and then let's.
See how
that was pre-Twitter Elon. He was like, I'm making flamethrowers for the masses. It's gonna be a viral thing.
I don't know. I don't know about your guys' experience with firemen, but I can strictly say they're the most immoral people that I've ever encountered in my life.
Richard, we're not talking about the ones that strip.
We're not talking about the ones that go to the bars.
They all strip. They all have a mistress on the side. They all give way too much detail on their sex lives. They all do drugs.
Okay, this sounds like such a personal
bad experience with
I'm telling you,
fireman.
you find one fireman that doesn't do all this shit or isn't down with it.
Well, you're describing a cool as hell guy.
That's
you're
what I'm saying.
He's like, you guys want to go to the back and do some drugs?
But then you wonder why you can't get into the fire department. It's because it's all like people are already there. They already know it.
All of that shit is clicky as fuck because it's a government position. Like you get. I'm pretty sure it's not like how cops.
I thought it was like state something. I guess that is still government.
It's somehow like state funded and protected, and like especially in a place like California where fires are a problem. Like being a fireman is an amazing job unless you get burned to death. But it's very different than firemen elsewhere. I think like if you're a fireman in fucking Idaho, like that shit's not tight. You know what I'm saying? It's tight here.
See, here's the thing. Here's the thing. In any
being a
society,
fireman in California is probably the worst state to be a fireman.
Only if you have to actually get into some shit. I feel like
you will. There are fires regularly.
Right, but the fire department in Long Beach isn't dealing with that shit. You know what I'm saying?
You think that when there's a wildfire out there, they just let the people out there deal with it? They gotta get some firemen over to the motherfucking wherever it is, and maybe they gotta take them from Long Beach. If it's a big forest fire, they take them all. See,
I'm just saying, there's gotta be a difference between the dudes who fight residential fires and the one who fight wildfires. Because what are they gonna do? They're just gonna leave us stranded here?
Maybe, I don't know. I know that it's a science.
No,
you gotta study that shit. It is reliant. You gotta know about how fire spreads, or else you end up dead. Get it in your head.
They can't take the dudes from here and put them there. I don't care. Like, we need to have safety in our neighborhood. What if it burns down? I know that, this rap is kind of profound.
The fire in Long Beach is just as hot as the fire over there in Kakarot or whatever. I don't know, a place.
It's a planet.
That's a guy, right?
No, Kakarot. Wait. No, you're right. Damn it!
Isn't Kakarot Goku?
What was the Saiyan planet's name? You're right. It wasn't Kakarot. Kakarot was the name. All right, my bad. For a second there, I thought
really reaching for a name, and I pulled up some Dragon Ball Z reference randomly.
But okay, for you guys were discussing where these firemen come from. Yes, there are firefighters that fought wildfire.
That's specifically their job.
Yes, they're strictly wildfiremen that fight the wildfires, and then there's the firemen that are based in whatever jurisdiction they're under.
Right, they can't take the dudes from Long Beach, and then all of a sudden shit starts going down here. Then we are fucking stranded.
What they do is they overstaff, and then the people that they also have volunteer firefighters.
There's a volunteer
people
fire
that are
department.
Constantly like keeping in shape enough to help out in these wildfires.
It's like the most popular bumper sticker in Hawaii is the volunteer fire department.
The reason how I got to my point is that they're looking. Firefighters are looked at by society in the best light possible. If they show up for an EMT because the EMTs aren't there yet, they're like, do what you can until the EMTs show up. Help us out. And if they show up before the policemen, they're like, protect the firemen until the policemen can cover them. You know what I mean? Like, they're good in any scenario. When they show up to a fire, everyone's like, you're the only one that can do something about it.
Yeah, they're not asking questions. They
So
see the flame
they're
and they go
looked
and they
at-
put it out.
They're looked at in the best light possible by society, and there's no like downsides to being a fireman.
Right.
Like,
So
all good.
you're saying that they can
They're on the
have,
top tier.
They can have fucked up personal lives, but
No
then
one gives a shit.
Socially, the stereotype is that they're heroes.
Not to mention that they're a clique, a cult, like you say. They dorm together. They do everything together. It's like a bonding experience.
Sounds kind of gay.
Well, to me,
It probably is sliding down poles and shit.
Whoa, you're right. I didn't think about that. God damn,
Hey,
Rich,
let's whip
you
these
really brought
hoses
it to
out.
light. Well, I think you're gonna see that in any type of group or whatever.
Especially one that's like male dominated.
They
But I-
substantially like shown me more like what's about a sex life than any other like job. Like I've run into just hearing firemen stories from like my dad's group of friends when I was a younger kid, and they would start talking. They are just crazy.
grab them by the pussy types.
Yeah, like insane. Like no, when you say that, I'm talking about like, oh, spread the legs, pull it open, see what's inside.
Nice.
Like it was some
Check it for
gruesome ass
smells.
shit.
Richard's overcoming
Like,
some trauma.
Stick your
right
nose
now.
in it, see
Yeah.
if it's got a scent to it.
But that's been my day one. Even in when I was working in Michigan, there was this one guy that would always come talk to us, and they're always so happy and fun about their job. And they're like, "Oh yeah, I got this one lawyer chick from Chicago. She's sending up a limo to pick me up." This is Kentwood. Kentwood's tiny ass fucking small
That
city
dude's killing
outside
it,
of Grand
bro.
Rapids. But
Maybe
But here's
he's
the thing:
not
you're
treating
saying
line,
that.
bro.
Are you saying this is a negative thing about
no,
firefighters?
all I'm saying is that's the best position, but it's a really hard to get into because they're treated so well. I think if you could become a fireman, fucking go for it. You're gonna love
I'm pretty
it.
sure you can't just become a fireman. Like you have to like.
Well, no, there's actual
a lot.
degrees you have to get. Like, and I'm not talking about
Fire science?
heat degrees. I'm talking, yeah, you gotta have a fire science degree and shit. You gotta
well,
go
and
to school for that.
You also have to like have served like in the military or like have like some
Or
I'm
training.
I'm just
You have
saying
to do training.
If you're gonna get a job at one of these like LA fire departments, like you're more likely to get the position if you have like a background in some other type of shit, like the military or the Navy, bitch. Or maybe you're a SEAL. I got your girl, she about to squeal. Cause I'm a fireman, lady friend.
I'm a fireman, now I gotta put this fire out. I swear to God, I gotta pee real bad right now. So I whip it out and I put that shit on the fire. Steam, yeah, you know, it is gone by.
Pissing on a fire pit. Woo! Yeah, these bars is fire and they're shit.
Yep.
Yeah, you know me on a Tuesday and I'm lit. Come around on the pole and I'm sitting shit.
I'm on the pole sliding down. I'm a fireman. I am not a cloud. I admire men and they admire me too. That's right. I'm at a good position. Why I do what I do. I save children from the flames. Yeah, these bars are flames. I am not a lame. I've saved you with a crane attached to the damn fire truck.
Dude, I think I haven't shouted out a single beat.
Not once?
I don't think so.
Well, hey, shout them out. I'm going to pee.
All right, guys, it's just you and me. Direct by Manual. Out of Luck by Lethal Needle. Humble by Piper Beats. Rebellion by Yarden. Oh, wait. Scratch that. That was last week. Deja Vu by Piper Beats. Lookout by Ed Bud. Nicotine by Kylo. Hunger by Lucas Quinn. Watching Over Us by Desirez. Moon Rocks by Lethal Needle. Runaway by Manuel. Manipulation by Potatoes. Tsunami by Just Dan Beats. Abandoned by Lakes. Breezin' by Balance Cooper. Falling by Porsches. IDGAF by Kid Ocean. Close My Eyes by Wavy Season. Spaceship by Kyoto. We got one more, Rich. Dude, you're going to have to stay up all night, huh?
Yeah, it's gonna be a long night. Hopefully it's a little bit Halloween themed. I wouldn't mind something.
Do they do that? They throw themes in?
They haven't recently. Hopefully, and
But-
I haven't been there too much throughout the holiday season. So
I feel like it's a lot of work if you're already going to throw like an underground warehouse party to then also put in time and effort to decorate. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like
That's asking a lot.
they're too busy trying to not get caught.
which is odd to me because I'm wondering like how are they not gonna get caught when they self-invite all these security and like law enforcement to like help navigate traffic and shit.
They do?
Is it a private like?
It's got to be private.
They have
It's
these
not-
guys dressed in like SWAT uniforms and shit. And I'm just like,
No, bro. It's like it's anytime there's one of these events that is underground and not legitimate, they hire private security, and those dudes are strapped. I don't know if they're actually carrying, but they're wearing vests and shit.
I want to see a collision between private security and law enforcement. I want to see what happens.
Yeah,
Like they're just like, no, law enforcement shouldn't be here, and then law enforcement's like, no, we have jurisdiction.
Private security would immediately be like, "Oh, yep, the cops are here.
Fucking-
We're done. Peace
Yeah.
out, guys."
What fucking good are they? Just kidding.
That's the law, bro.
I mean,
the
there's
law.
a thin line.
It's like the cops are a gang, man.
There's a thin line between private security and like it just straight up becoming cartel. You know what I'm
Protect the line. The blue line. You never heard that before?
I've heard that.
People are like the thin blue or whatever.
Fuck that.
Fuck cops. Fuck people that like cops.
Dude, I've
Damn.
been watching Love Is Blind, which is this reality TV show.
It's like a game show, right?
It's a reality TV show on Netflix. I've been watching it on Pat's profile on your Netflix.
Just don't be going over like the genres, man. There's some weird genres in Netflix.
Yo, that's his dad, bro. That's Uncle Pat.
Oh, that's your dad.
I'm not worried about my dad. I'm worried about my nieces and nephews going
No,
on. Like,
it's-
oh, what's this?
it's
Someone
n-
watched it
no,
already?
No, it's not.
Recommend.
It's not. I mean, it's not inappropriate. Yo, I'm using my homie's family's Netflix profile, and it's been a while, but it's only logged into one device, and he's really nice.
Yo, shout out Uncle Pat. Thanks for the account.
Shout out.
Yeah, I'm watching hella Netflix shows and wow. I love this one about blind dates. Yo, you might like it, Uncle Pat. Would you rate?
Honestly, Love Is Blind, yeah, it's fine. It got me sucked in, and I can't stop watching it. Last night I went to sleep like an hour and a half after when I usually.
I'm of the opinion that the only good television reality show that's existing is probably Chris Hansen. To catch a predator, yo, I'll be dancing.
Second best to catching and arresting pedophiles is the shit. Well, okay, so it's not good television. It's trash television, but you know how you can be engaged by bad television.
That's why it exists. Because
Exactly.
it's that you're engaged by it. Yeah.
So after the first, like they wean out people in the first couple episodes.
I'm still not. Can you like? What's the premise of the show?
People come to this show to find a partner,
and it's not a game show like Survivor.
No,
or something
no.
like that.
People come to find a partner to marry within a month, but they don't get to see them when they decide. So
that doesn't seem like a game show to you.
I guess. Well, they're not like eliminated. They pick each other.
But at the end, they're like, "Oh,
But
I want to go with you," or "I don't want to go with you."
I understand the concept of doing it so you don't see them because Love Is Blind. So
Yeah, so
if
like-
you can really connect with someone, but you don't understand like how they look or anything, it gives you a different perception
Right.
of how they act.
So there's this thing where they go into these pods where they can communicate clearly with the other person, but they can't see them, and then they pick after like a week or it's very quickly within 3 weeks. They pick a person to propose to, like to fucking straight up marry. And then after they propose and the person says yes, they reveal who they are. And then after seeing them, they all then go, like all the couples go to like some resort and like get drunk and like there's drama. And the thing is, after they decide who to marry, they then also see the other people that they dated blindly. And now they can see their physical appearance. And then seeing the physical appearance of the person starts making people act differently.
It changes how they treat the people.
Because love
for
really,
sure.
love really isn't blind. Like you,
Isn't.
like straight
Yeah.
up want to fuck certain people, and there's this other aspect where they like will pick a person based on their emotional thing, and then when they see them, they're like, "Oh, I'm not attracted to this person."
It reminds me of a viral clip I've been seeing lately from a different game show that I think might also be on Netflix called The Button, where two individuals that are potentially going to date, they come to a table that has a big button in the center, and they're blindfolded, each one of them, and they just ask each other questions or whatever. And this clip was this Asian dude. and this white lady, kind of a chubbier white lady, and they both and she's kind of dressed weeaboo-ish. She's really into the anime culture and whatnot. She's dressed kind of like you could just, you see someone you dressed a certain way, and you're like, that person likes anime.
Yeah.
No one should ever dress that way, but you see it and you believe it.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's like, he asks her, so what do you look for in a partner? And she says something, or what's your type? He asks, and she's like, I really like Asian men. And you see him get a smirk on his face. He's like, all right, I'm in. This one's for me. And then the next clip is him being like, can I get a hug? And then he goes and hugs her, and it's a circumference test. He's doing the Ray Charles grabbing the wrists test
to check if she's attractive.
And then he sits back down and hits the button immediately.
He's like, nah.
He buzzes immediately after doing
what a
that.
G,
It's
yo.
savage. It's
Totally savage.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it was one of the funniest things I'd seen all week.
What's funny about the Love is Blind show is that when I was talking to the League of Women Voters of Los Angeles, the lady was like, oh, I'm watching Love is Blind. I was like, me too. And I connected with this woman about reality TV, and the manager sitting next to me was looking at me like I was fucking dumb. I was like, come on, dude, Love is Blind is cool, bro.
All right, so it has its merits. You've seen multiple episodes.
Well, at this point, I'm fucking hooked.
All right.
But
so
I think
I
think I'm on season. I jumped into season 3. So like, my sister's seen them, and then my girlfriend had seen them, so they bonded over that. And then the show has just kind of been playing while I'm doing other things. And then like, imagine the show playing, and I'm sitting at the computer like editing, and then all of a sudden I'm like at a chair closer to the TV, and then eventually like the next scene is me like on the couch like being like, you stupid bitch, like yelling. Yeah,
I like it.
Like I kind of eased into being involved in the show. So I didn't want to watch it, so I was tricked. I was tricked into watching.
That's how reality TV works, because in its purest form, you hear the what it's about, and you're like, oh, that sounds awful. Why would you ever waste your time watching that?
Yeah.
And then you give it 10 seconds, and you're like, this is so stupid. I can't wait to see how stupid it gets.
Yeah, dude, that's exactly what happened. And now I'm constantly like analyzing the dynamics and like explaining it to my girlfriend like she's not also watching. I'm like, no, see, because he thinks that she's hot, but he's telling her because, and it's just a complete, is it a waste of time? I guess I'm
No, you're enjoying it.
I'm having fun, right?
I don't know. There is an aspect. Recently, I've been consuming a lot of TV lately, but I've also been doing it while simultaneously editing. So I'm like kind of making money while I do it.
You feel less bad.
I feel way less bad, 100% less bad. But then the work ends, and I'm still watching the show, and I'm like, oh, now I feel bad.
The
Because now I'm just watching this show, and I'm smoking weed or whatever.
The problem for me is that I'm not sufficiently paying attention to either thing. Like, I get that you can edit while watching something, and I get that
It's like it's a podcast.
yeah, I get that you're doing it successfully, but you're inevitably going to either edit a bit slower because you're engaging because you're engaging the programming, or you're not going to like correctly engage the program. I don't know that there's a correct way, but you're not going to do justice to the programming because you're editing. You're more focused on editing. So it's like you're not doing either thing 100%, but it makes doing both things easier and like more excusable.
And if it's almost, if I wasn't also like watching a show while I was editing a video, I would take weird breaks to browse Twitter on my phone or something. Exactly. So it kind of helps me keep focus, even if it very slightly affects the workflow.
Yeah.
But I really don't think it affects it that much, to be honest. I feel like I'd probably be working just as fast regardless. There are some moments where the shit is getting intense on whatever thing I'm watching. I'm like, all right, work's got to wait. I got to see how this scene ends, bro. This is crazy.
Oh, man, dude, I kind of want to get a sandwich now. What are you thinking?
You want to go to Jimmy Jane's?
Are you hungry?
Jimmy Jan's? Fuck, I'm starving, yeah.
All right, well, maybe it's time. Maybe it's time to get some... did you shout out the last beat?
Money Trees by Lex Factor.
All right, well, Happy Halloween, folks. I'm glad that Richard is here with us for this Halloween episode. It was all right. It was okay.
That's pretty. It picked up.
Not our best, not our worst by any means.
It picked up after a bit.
Yeah, so if you're still listening, thanks, and we tell your friends if all your friends that are listening to this that turn the podcast off in the first 10 minutes. It picks up. It gets better. Come on. Jesus, guys.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, you got to hang in.
Oh, wait, one last little thing.
Okay.
When I was at Spirit Halloween today, I was privy to just some foolishness going on in there. I'm just minding my own, and I see a father on the opposite end of the store of his young son, and his son is like maybe 6 or 7, and probably in distress about an item at Spirit Halloween that he wants to get. And the father is just like, I can't even with this bullshit. I'm like, God damn, that's hilarious. And he walks away from his 6-year-old son. I can't even with this. that ain't me. And he like walks away from this. I later learned that the mother was also present. So it wasn't like this dude was just straight up abandoning his kid. But it was one of those things where it's like, the mom can deal with this right now. Like, I can't even with this bullshit. And walking away.
That must have caused that kid some trauma, dude.
I'm just... Also, you're kind of asking for it when you go to Spirit Halloween to get your kid's costume the fucking weekend before Halloween.
I know, you got to buy them online a month before, dude.
Yeah,
you can't
100%.
be doing that last minute preparation.
Because I guarantee you, the costume you really want is probably already gone. Although it was pretty well stocked in there. I could tell it had been picked through, but there was still...
Did you guys grab something, or why'd you go there?
There were some. There were some items that I thought were inspiring. I was like, oh, I could see us having an idea for a video from this. One of them was a sea captain's hat. I was like, whoa, we rent a boat.
Oh yeah,
because you can do that. Like, you just basically it would be a little more pricey because you're also renting a guy to pilot the boat.
No, but there's boats. There's like those there's those boats where you just pilot them yourself. They're like little boats, like at the Los Alamitos, like about 20 minutes from here.
You want a little bit of room.
Yeah.
You want like a deck at least on the boat, I think,
to be able to walk up. And
just to have motion in the camera while you're filming. Because one of the things when I was on a rented boat shooting this one music video, it was very limited the shit I could do with the camera. I pretty much had to like post up at a spot, and then sort of any motion I had was just my arms pushing the camera in and out or left or right. I wasn't able to like move forward in on a subject or anything. You want to get a little bit bigger than just a 2-man boat or whatever. Another thing I saw was a hazmat suit. I was like, whoa, that could be a cool concept for something or whatever. Hazmat bullshit.
My girlfriend's kid is dressing up like a character in a video game.
What game?
Hello Neighbor.
Wow.
He's the neighbor.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's a pretty universally maligned video game. A lot of people hate that shit.
He fucking loves it.
That's that must be like for the kids, I guess. Because I had a tumultuous, that's the second time I've used that word this podcast, rollout. A lot of people were hyped about it, and then it came out, and people were like, that's it?
When he's playing like the beta of the beta, like he's doing like another, there's a third version of it that he's playing.
Weird. Well,
it doesn't even seem like a game. You're just constantly trying to like invade the neighbor's home and avoid him.
Yeah, you're trying to discover his dark secrets
or something like that.
Him killing you.
Yeah.
No, I've heard that the game is like glitchy as fuck though.
That's kind of why he loves it. He's like, look at this glitch, and then he like does the glitch on purpose.
That's fun. Okay, good for him.
He's a nerd.
Yeah. Well, happy Halloween, folks. Follow me at Bubba Y with 2 Y's if you need a music video. I'm really good at it. I'm gonna be raising my prices soon. That's how good
up.
I am, bro.
Price is going.
I'm also
up.
trying to do it less. So if I raise my prices,
you can do it less.
Less people will hit me up.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Follow us at bamfomania on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and you can follow me at Salt and Satire. Rich. You want people to follow you? They don't have to follow.
Nah,
you.
they don't have to follow me.
No.
Don't follow Rich.
Don't follow Rich. In fact, unfollow him if you can't follow him currently.
Yeah, stop following him.
Yes. Have a good Halloween.